for million subscribers. A team running one of YouTube's most watched Hindi education channels. And reportedly, a monthly salary of around 45,000 rupees for the person at the center of it. That number stopped a lot of people mid-scroll. And it raises a question that goes far beyond one creator's paycheck. How does a channel at that scale actually work? And what does it tell us about the creator economy that most viewers never see? Let's break it down. Point 1. The gap between subscriber count and personal income is not a bug. It is the system. When most people imagine a 4 million subscriber channel, they picture a single person getting rich from ad revenue. That mental model is almost always wrong. YouTube ad revenue goes to the channel entity, not automatically to every individual who works on it. A channel is closer to a small media company than a solo career. There are editors, researchers, scriptwriters, thumbnail designers, and, in some cases, a managing team sitting above all of them. The person on camera, or the person whose name is attached to the channel, may be drawing a fixed salary just like any other employee, while the channel's actual revenue is reinvested into production, team costs, or held by whoever owns the channel's business structure. According to the interview that circulated widely on the Creator Room channel, Nisha Tiwari reportedly earns around 45,000 rupees per month. The interview generated an outlier level of attention, nearly 400,000 views on a channel with far fewer subscribers, which tells you how many people found this gap genuinely surprising. The surprise itself is the signal. Most viewers do not understand the difference between a channel's revenue and an individual's take-home pay. Point 2. Ownership structure is the variable almost no one talks about. Here is where the creator economy gets structurally interesting. Two channels can have identical subscriber counts and completely different income realities depending on one thing: who owns the channel. If a creator builds and owns their channel independently, ad revenue minus costs flows to them. If a creator is hired by a media company or a content studio to appear on or run a channel, they are an employee or contractor. The channel's monetization belongs to the entity, not the face. This is not unusual. It is actually how a large portion of high-performing educational and entertainment channels operate, particularly in markets where content studios have scaled aggressively. The creator on screen may be the reason viewers subscribe, but the business infrastructure, the editing pipeline, the SEO strategy, the upload consistency is what keeps the channel growing. That infrastructure costs money, and it belongs to whoever built it. The 45,000 rupee figure, if accurate, reflects a salary within that kind of structure. It is not a statement about the channel's total revenue. It is a data point about how one role inside a content operation is compensated. Point 3. Why this matters globally, not just in India. Creator economy researchers and industry observers have been pointing out for several years that the visible success of large channels masks a much more complex labor structure underneath. This pattern appears across markets, in the United States, in Southeast Asia, in Brazil, and increasingly in South Asia as content studios scale. Channels with millions of subscribers are often running with teams of 5 to 15 people, most of whom earn standard market salaries for their roles. The mythology of the solo creator making passive income from a massive audience is a real phenomenon for some creators, but it is not the dominant model at scale. What the Nisha Tiwari conversation surfaced is a version of this that resonated because the numbers were specific and the contrast was stark. Viewers could hold two figures in their heads at once, 4 million subscribers and 45,000 rupees, and feel the tension between them. That tension is productive. It pushes people to ask better questions about how the channels they watch are actually built and staffed. Point 4. What this means if you are thinking about building a channel yourself. The practical takeaway is not discouraging, it is clarifying. If you are building a channel independently, your upside is real, but your workload is total. Every role that a content studio splits across a team lands on you until you can afford to delegate. If you are considering joining a content operation as a creator or contributor, understanding the ownership and compensation structure before you start is not optional. The subscriber count on the channel you are helping build may not translate into the income you are imagining. The channels that sustain themselves long-term tend to have one of two things: a creator who owns the asset and reinvests carefully, or a studio with enough operational discipline to grow the channel while keeping the team stable. Both models work. The confusion happens when people assume one model and are actually living inside the other. The creator economy is not a single system. It is dozens of different business arrangements wearing the same interface. If this kind of behind-the-scenes channel mechanics interests you, the next question worth exploring is how YouTube's algorithm actually decides which channels get recommended, and whether the size of your team changes how the platform treats your content.